This week, I made an astonishing discovery. Okay, the time in AI land, in GPT land, is always 10 past 10. Doesn't matter when you ask it the time or what time you ask it to tell you, it always shows you 10 past 10. Let me explain. If you ask the AI in ChatGPT, for example, or any of the other models to generate you an image, and you give it a specific time, you say, please show me an analog watch of 3 o'clock, okay, or anything else, 5 minutes past 7, whatever it is. It will always respond to you with an image of a watch or a clock with hands at the time of 10 past 10. Now, it took me a little while to get my head around this, figure out what was going on. But I think this is actually down to the training data and the bias that they brought in. So it seems obviously that these models have been trained on massive amounts of internet imagery. A vast majority of watches and clocks, the images that have existed out there on the internet, are marketing images. And it appears that basically all clock faces are the same. They've got a little logo just underneath the 12, which tells you, who made it. And somebody at some point decided that if you put the hands at approximately 10 past 10, it frames the image kind of nicely and makes a nice marketing shot. So consequently, GPT or any kind of image generation engine struggles massively with showing you a clock face which shows a different time. Even to the point where you ask it about the image that it's just given you, it will parrot back to you the time that you've asked for, even though it's showing you 10 past 10. Now, this is a fantastic example of bias in models. Now, we all know that these tools are incredibly powerful. They can do a great many things, but it's just a little reminder to all of us to say that, look, we need to make sure that when we're applying these tools, not just to silly image generation, but also to kind of the analytics tasks that we would ask it to do day to day, or generating text, or whatever we're asking it to do, some kind of analysis. The AI isn't entirely neutral. It does reflect, in its current form, it reflects the historical patterns that it was trained on. Those patterns can be flawed, they can be misleading, and we will continue to reinforce them as we go, as we keep feeding it more data and more prompts. So as individuals and also as organizations more broadly, we need to always have one critical eye on the outputs that we're getting. We're not just getting the right answers every time, but we need to be being aware of the biases that might be going into the decisions. AI is super powerful. Okay, it's super powerful, and these tools are only going to become more powerful. This is just the beginning, but at the moment, at least, it's only as good as its training data, and that is amplified by whether or not the people using it, the humans using these tools, are using it wisely and in good faith.